Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking, all right? So shout out to everybody that's in the building early. It's good to see each and every one of you guys. If you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or radiation emoji in the chat. If you cannot hear me or the visual presentation or the audio presentation sounds or looks bad, give me a thumbs down or angry face, all right? I'm going to shout out everybody that is in here early, all right? We got Hurricane IQ in the building. We got Miss Nisi. Shout out to you. We got Lloyd Sky 9 in the house. Shout out to you. And we got Black Spider. All right. Shout out to you. And shout out to my man Torian Rain in the building. Yes, we are absolutely back. All right. So I'm going to try to run through this as quick as I can. All right. I'm going to try to be done by like 1:30, 1 o'clock, so I can get some clips done for y'all before I get up out of here. Shout out to my man Lehman Lucas. What's good with you, bro? All right. So hopefully we got some good stuff for y'all. Now, we're going to talk about some stuff that y'all know about first. We're going to talk about some stuff that y'all know about first. Y'all know about them undocumented bros. One of them got indicted. All right, we're going to check that out real quick.
Well, now to the latest on that brutal attack against two NYPD officers. One of the suspects has now been indicted by a grand jury.
This comes amid a report that some of the other suspects have been arrested in Arizona. Fox 5's Chris Welch is now in studio with the latest today. Chris.
Yes, Steve, Natasha, that report.
All right, so there it was. You guys remember in the last live stream, I was trying to figure out, I couldn't remember exactly where it was that those undocumented bros had made it to, and it's Arizona. They made it to Arizona. So that's where they were. All right, they made it all the way to Arizona. All the way to Arizona.
Coming from Fox News, which says that, quote, several men believed to be migrants who were arrested, then fled New York City, were apprehended at a bus station in Phoenix.
There's no comment this time.
The attorney for Yohenry Brito not saying much today. Brito is right now the only suspect to be arrested and held on bail in connection to the assault on two police officers. He was in court today in connection to two prior misdemeanor charges. He's also now the only one to be indicted by the Manhattan grand jury, at least so far.
The district attorneys may be bringing new charges, but it's frustrating. It never should have happened.
Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg presented evidence today to that grand jury, which could also lead to new charges for any number of the about a dozen other migrants police say took part in that January 27th attack in Times Square. And according to Fox News, several men, reportedly suspects, were arrested Monday evening in Phoenix, Arizona.
With the Tommy Hilfiger shirt on.
Arraignments for two suspects in the Bronx.
With the Tommy Hilfiger shirt on. Did y'all see it? Did y'all see the Tommy shirt? If y'all see the Tommy shirt, give me a thumbs up. You think they got some of the Tommy gear from the shelter? Is that shelter wear or nah? If y'all think that Tommy gear is shelter wear, give me a thumbs up. If it's not shelter wear and something else going on, you know what I'm saying, then give me a thumbs down. That shelter wear getting them right. They rocking the Tommy. Looking fresh out here, man. Looking fresh. Got the Fila slides on. Air Force Ones. Shout out to John Guillory. What's good with it? Yeah, man. They out here doing it big. They doing it largo.
And according to Fox News, several men, reportedly suspects, were arrested Monday evening in Phoenix, Arizona. We are also awaiting arraignments for two suspects in the Bronx and two in Manhattan, who police say are part of a coordinated group on mopeds. They say they swipe victims' cell phones and later hack them for bank information. And on Long Island.
They spit on our flag, they trample on our values, and they commit crimes.
That was the message from Nassau County Executive Republican Bruce Blakeman earlier today, announcing they've arrested this man that they say is a migrant who stole someone's pro-Israel flag off their front porch when the victim took.
Oh, man. Oh, man. They wildin'. They are really wildin'. Now, you know that's about to cause some problems right there. Yeah, facts. Shout out to Kale and Torian. If you guys agree with Kale, Give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Torian said, yet they're not calling them thugs. Facts. Facts. I really, to be honest, I haven't heard one news report where they've called any of these individuals thugs. Right. They trying to test the sombreritos a lot. Now, what they won't tell you is that a lot of these people with sombreritos, a lot of these people coming in to the country. You know what I'm saying? They won't tell you that. But we'll tell it to you though, because it's true.
Off after the man, the suspect, they say, attacked.
Crimes committed because of our religion, the color of our skin, the way we dress, or who we love will be
Stop with the color of your skin stuff. What color of your skin? What are you talking about? What are we talking about here? Outrage alert. Outrage alert. Outrage alert. Who attacked her because of the color of her skin? What color of her skin? 2 questions. Who attacked her because of the color of her skin? Second question, what color of her skin? Those are my 2 questions. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, like, come on, man. Girl, stop it. Shout out to Tetra. Girl, bye. Facts. Oh, man, ain't nobody attacked you because of the color of your skin. What color of your skin? What color did they say when they was attacking you? You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, shout out to DC Precise. DC Precise said her neck attacked her face. Facts. And then her face attacked our eyes. You know what I'm saying?
crimes committed because of our religion, the color of our skin, the way we dress, or who we love will be prosecuted vigorously and thoroughly by my office.
And back to that indictment of Yohenry Brito. We do not yet know specific charge or charges because that indictment remains under seal. However, he is set for an arraignment March 25th. Steve, back to you.
Why is it under seal? Why is that under seal? What do you guys think? It's interesting. That should be open, right? Wouldn't you guys think? So, got something else for you guys. Of course, we got something else for you guys because this is Crimecast. And you know the thing about Crimecast, one of the reasons why Crimecast is always so long is because with Crimecast, they leave out all of these stories on the mainstream media. They leave out all of these stories on the national media. So you end up having a lot of stuff that you got to talk about that everybody hasn't seen before. So you had to stack all these stories up, then talk about them all because they want to leave them all out. They want to not talk about this stuff. The information is there. It's out there. They just bury these in the local news and they put them behind subscriber walls and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, though, because we got the subscriptions. We got the access. And we going to give you access. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give y'all access to see what's going on. Now, this is crazy right here. So we're going to take a listen to this.
Tonight in the Jared Bridegan murder investigation, a crime that shocked the Jacksonville Beach community and gained national attention.
First question.
Today, news for
we got to go back. All right. First
Jackson.
question.
National.
How many people heard of this deletion of this individual named Jared Bridegan? If you guys heard of this deletion of this individual, Jared Bridegan, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not hear about this, then give me a thumbs down. Apparently, this is a pretty big deal.
Attention.
Today, News4Jax obtained 800 pages of documents from the state attorney's office about the case. This comes almost 2 years after Bridegan, a father of 4, was shot and killed in front of his then 2-year-old daughter. He had just left his ex-wife's home and stopped to move a tire out of the road. Bridegan's ex-wife, Shanna Gardner, and her current husband, Mario Fernandez, are both charged with plotting the murder, which was carried out by a man named Henry Tenon, who has confessed.
This is an interesting lineup, don't you think? This is a very interesting lineup. A lot of different interesting players in this. Why don't y'all give me y'all's best theory on what went on here? What y'all think went on right here? Oh man, shout out to Tedra. Yeah, Tedra, you heard this story. If I'm not mistaken, this is her husband was like a software executive, or he was an executive at some type of tech company. I think we actually talked about this on Crimecast, to be honest. I think we actually talked about this on Crimecast. And I think it was like about 2 years ago that we talked about it. I'm pretty sure. Anybody that's interested in looking at the old Crimecast videos, all you got to do is use the playlist or the podcast feature to listen to them, and you'll be able to. They're all still up. They're just not they're not public. They're unlisted, right? But you can still watch them. All you got to do is use the playlist or the podcast feature. Okay. But I'm pretty sure we talked about this when it first happened. And real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, please take a moment, smash the like button. Also, if you guys have not hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell, and subscribe to the channel. Also, please make sure that you guys share the stream to your social media.
News4 Jax reporter Alicia Hatcher has been combing through this newly released court document.
The documents was as high as these stacks of copy paper. It gives great details about the shooting, people interviewed, and what led up to the 3 arrests made in the case. Documents reveal 4 shots were fired, 2 hitting Jared Bridegan and 2 hitting his car. Bridegan's daughter told police, "Daddy opened my car door and I heard a boom." Investigators suspected Mario Fernandez and Shanna Gardner set up the hit from the beginning. Gardner spoke with police the night of the shooting, saying she did not know if the victim had any issues with anyone, which would lead to his death. They also talked to his wife, Kirsten Bridegan, that night. She told police the only person who had ill will towards him is Shanna and Mario. Days after the shooting, Gardner and Fernandez's cell phone records were subpoenaed. On March 1st, they were interviewed separately discussing how their relationship came about and their relationship with Bridegan. For that month, investigators followed leads, ran cell phone tower traces, and sent samples from the tire for DNA analysis. On April 15th, Fernandez was brought in for another interview. This time, he's upset. He tells police he and Gardner had been experiencing backlash from Kirsten putting it out in the media. In June, one of Fernandez and Gardner's friends was interviewed. She tells police Fernandez called her a day after the murder, saying he knew who killed Bridegan. That same month, police visited one of Fernandez's properties and spoke with the current renter. That officer saw a spare tire leaning against the house and asked the renter about it. Police tested the tire and found it was connected to Bridegan's murder. A few days later, detectives went back to the home and learned the renter and Henry Tenon went to Georgia to get his father's blue pickup truck after he died. Cell phone records revealed Tenon was in Jacksonville Beach the night of the murder. He was arrested in August on a different charge, so police pull him in for questioning for Bridegan's murder. Tenon tells police he doesn't know anything that will put him away while pointing at a photo of Fernandez and then asking for an attorney. These documents.
So basically, he basically kind of like did a little "I'm gonna snitch, but I'm not gonna snitch" type thing.
Documents also revealed Tenon's bank records, where they found 3 checks from Fernandez and Gardner's business. Alicia Hatcher, Channel 4, the local station.
All right, so there's that. So what y'all think about that? That's about to go down. That is definitely about to go down. Now, how many people knew about Ethan Cromley, right? I don't know if you guys know but that's something that I covered. I think Torian did videos about Ethan Cromley. A lot of people did videos about Ethan Cromley. Ethan Cromley shot up a school called Oxford, if I'm not mistaken, Oxford Elementary School, and that school was in Oxford, Michigan. Now, his mom was on trial, right? How many people know about his mom being on trial? And his mom was on trial because, you know, she didn't really do everything that she possibly could have to prevent him from harming people. So the verdict came in for that, and they found her guilty. They found her guilty of manslaughter. Oh, it was Oxford High School. Okay, thank you, Denise. Oxford High School. Mother of Michigan school shooter Ethan Cromley found guilty of manslaughter. All right. The mother of a Michigan teen who deleted 4 students at his high school in 2021 was found guilty of 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, the first time a parent of a school shooter has been convicted on charges directly connected to the killing. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How do you all feel about the parent of a school shooter being connected to the shooting? Do you all think that that's a pattern that they should continue? If you guys think that that's a pattern that they should continue, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. Now, see, if you ask me, I think they need to look at it on case-by-case basis. But in this particular situation, there was a lot of warning signs. Not only did the mother absolutely ignore the warning signs, but she even facilitated him being able to have the weapon. So in this particular case, based on everything that went on here, I think that this woman absolutely bears a lot of responsibility in this. Yeah, I agree, Tetra. I don't think that is something that should just be applied universally. I think that they should look at it on a case-by-case basis. But in this case, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because she could have prevented a lot of this. You know what I'm saying? And she chose not to. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the mother of a Michigan teen who deleted 4 students at his high school in 2021 was found guilty of 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, the first time a parent of a school shooter has been convicted on charges directly connected to the killings. Jennifer Cromley, whose son Ethan pleaded guilty to 4 counts of murder in the killings at Oxford High, about 40 miles north of Detroit, and is serving life in prison, adjusted her glasses, closed her eyes, and lowered her head slightly as the verdict was read. It took the Oakland County jury nearly 11 hours over 2 days to reach the verdict. The judge set a sentencing date of April 9th. Cromley kept her eyes down as she was led from the courtroom in handcuffs. Prosecutors hugged family members of victims as they departed shortly after. Cromley's husband, James Cromley, will stand trial for the same charges in a separate trial next month. Now, let me ask you guys something. If you guys would be interested in me streaming that James Cromley trial, give me a thumbs up. If not, then give me a thumbs down. Okay? Neither side was able to comment after the trial because a gag order remains in effect until after James Cromley's trial. Okay? Prosecutors portrayed Jennifer Cromley as an out-of-touch parent, more concerned with her horses and a 6-month affair that she admitted had played out during the year of the shooting than about her son's deteriorating mental state. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm not gonna let me shut up, man. I'm not gonna say nothing. I was about to say something. I ain't gonna say nothing. Let me shut up, man. I ain't about to say nothing. The case was the first time prosecutors had sought to pin direct responsibility for a fatal school deletion on the parents of the shooter. Prosecutors pointed out to troubling text messages indicating Ethan Cromley seemed depressed and was losing touch with reality, and that his parents didn't provide help. They also said the parents failed to tell the school on the day of the shooting, when they were called in to discuss a violent drawing he made in math class, that his father had recently purchased a gun for Ethan. All right. So, I mean, look at all this stuff they do. He said he drawing these violent pictures, and they said, well, you drawing these violent pictures, we're gonna get you something to commit this violence with. Like, who does that? You know what I'm saying? Who does that? Look at this right here.
I know.
Your Honor, calling people versus Jennifer Crumbley, case number 22279-990 FH.
Good morning, Your Honor. Karen McDonald on behalf of the people.
Members of the jury, evidence and arguments in this case are finished, and I'll now instruct you on the law. People see and hear things differently, and witnesses may testify honestly, but simply be wrong about what they thought they saw or remembered. It's also a good idea to think about which testimony agrees best with the other evidence in the case. However, you may conclude that a witness deliberately lied about something. However, in deciding whether you believe a person's testimony, you must set aside any bias or prejudice you may have based on a witness's disability, race,
Man, that's crazy, man. There's a lot that could be said there. There's a lot that could be said there. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree that there's a lot that could be said, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, it's not too much that can be said, give me a thumbs down. I think that there's a lot that could be said. It's a rare case. It takes some really egregious facts. It takes the unthinkable, and she has done the unthinkable. And because of that, 4 kids have died, said Oakland County prosecutor Karen McDonald in her closing argument. The defense tried to counter that impression by putting Crumbley on the stand, showing Facebook posts of family trips and describing what Crumbley called normal stuff they did together, such as playing video games, skiing, and swimming in the family pool. I'm asking you to find Jennifer Crumbley not guilty for every mother who's out there doing the best she can who could easily be in her shoes, said Shannon Smith, Crumbley's attorney. I don't think many parents could easily be in her shoes. I don't think that most parents are prioritizing their new relationship over their child. I don't think that that's going on. I don't think that most parents would facilitate getting their children a weapon if their children is already having violent ideations. I don't think that that would happen. I just don't think that most people would do that. What do you guys think? The 2-week trial was live streamed and heavily covered by the media, providing fodder for lively online discussions and podcasts covering Crumbley's culpability or lack thereof and the prosecution's decision to bring the case. Online commenters also turned Smith, a flamboyant attorney with long flowing hair, who used examples of her own child rearing and drinking habits to defend her client, and quoted Taylor Swift in her opening statement, into a minor TikTok phenomenon. Videos focused on her in-court grooming and propensity to apologize, which she commented on during her closing argument. Legal experts agreed the case was significant in directly holding parents of a child convicted of a mass deletion responsible for the crimes. Prosecutors recently charged several parents with crimes related to shootings carried out by their children, though not directly pinning blame on them for the attacks. The mother of a 6-year-old who shot his teacher in Newport News, Virginia, was sentenced in December to 2 years for child neglect in connection with the non-fatal shooting. The father of a man accused of deleting 7 people and wounding dozens on a 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois, pleaded guilty in November to 7 misdemeanor counts of reckless conduct for helping his son get a gun license. Was that Bobby Primo? If that was Bobby Primo, somebody let me know in the comment section. He was sentenced to 60 days in jail with 2 years of probation. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Is that really a punishment right there? Is that really a punishment? Would you guys consider that like actually a punishment? Today's decision sends a powerful message to parents and other parties that they can be responsible for their actions that foreseeably contribute to gun violence, even if they don't pull the trigger, said Chris Brown, president of Brady United Against Gun Violence, a Washington-based nonprofit that has filed civil suits on behalf of a family against the gun dealer who sold a handgun to James Crumley and the school district. Kevin Cole, a professor at the University of San Diego Law, said the ruling could affect more general cases involving the charging of accomplices. There's a potential to have accomplice liability when a merchant sells an item to a person who uses the item to commit an offense. For instance, he said, the conventional rule was that unless the accomplice had a purpose or a conscious object, the crime be committed, you weren't responsible as an accomplice. Jeffrey Schwartz, a criminal law professor at Cooley Law School in Lansing, Michigan, said the conviction sets a dangerous precedent. Anything in your house that could be a weapon could be a basis for you to be held liable if your child did anything to someone else, he said. But Eve Brinsyke Primus, a professor at the University of Michigan Law School, said the conviction wouldn't necessarily open the floodgates to charges against parents involved in school shootings because they are very difficult to prove. The line between when your kid is a troubled teen and when you should know that they're dangerous in this way and you're disregarding the risk of them inflicting this kind of trauma is a really challenging line, she said. I disagree. Anybody that looks at any of the details of this Ethan Cromley case could tell that Ethan Cromley was on the verge of being about to do some very violent stuff. Would you guys agree? And shout out to Brooklyn Queen for being a like enforcer. If you guys agree that it was very easy to tell that Ethan Cromley was very violent and on the verge of doing some violent stuff, give me a thumbs up. If it wasn't easy to tell, then give me a thumbs down. To me, it's pretty easy to tell with that case. It's easy to tell with a lot of these cases. You know what I'm saying? On the stand, Crumley described herself as a helicopter parent who kept up on her son's grades and was concerned about his lack of friends, but never imagined that he might be violent. She also said she did feel like some kind of failure, though not necessarily as a parent. She said she had no idea what her son was planning and that her husband bought the gun a few days before the attack and was responsible for storing it. So this is what he drew. Ethan Cromley. Look at this. November 30th, 2021, 8:59 a.m. He drew this picture of a gun. The thoughts won't stop. Help me. So he's saying on here, help me. You see, he got this gun. Then right here, it's a body with bullet holes and blood in it. And it says the thoughts won't stop. Then it's a bullet right here. And it says blood everywhere. What kind of signs do you need? And then he drew a picture of somebody laughing. Let me ask you guys this. If you guys' kid handed you some homework and it had these images drawn on it, how would you handle it? How would y'all handle that? What would you do? Oh, and real quick, yo, shout out to Benjamin. And also shout out to my man AJ. I hope both of them are in here. They hit your boy on the Cash App. Definitely appreciate it. I want to make sure that I shout that out. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me ask you guys this question. If his mom saw these images on some homework at 8:59 a.m. on November 30th, do you think that it would have been appropriate for her to go get somebody to either help him or get him somewhere to be seen? So now here it says, I've asked myself if I would have done anything differently, and I wouldn't have, she said. Although she did say there is something she would change about that day if she could. I wish he would have killed us instead. You sound crazy. So instead of simply taking him somewhere to get some help because you saw him drawing some weird images, you wish that he had a deleted y'all instead. You sound crazy, lady. You sound crazy. But prosecutors pointed to texts and a diary showing that Ethan, who is now 17, was slowly being pulled into depression and that his parents never took his own concerns about his mental health state seriously. Okay. In one series of texts cited by prosecutors, he told his mom that he thought that there was a demon in the house and it was throwing bowls. He pleaded with her to text him back. In her testimony, she said that she was driving back from the horse barn when the text came in, so she wasn't looking at her phone. The content of the text weren't troubling to her at all. It was just him messing around, she said. There's nothing messing around if your child is telling you they're hearing stuff that's not there. Would you agree? If your child is telling you, hey, I'm hearing voices that aren't there, there's nothing funny or, lighthearted about that. That's serious. Your kid's hallucinating. You need to go see what's going on with him. You know what I'm saying? One key to the case was her decision to not take her son home from school on the day of the shooting, right? So now if she really believed what she said that she did, she said that she wished that he had deleted them instead of deleting the people at school. If she wanted him to delete her, she could have took him home. But instead, she chose not to take him home. Okay? One key to the case was her decision not to take her son home from school on the day of the shooting after he had drawn a bleeding person and a gun and wrote blood everywhere. The thoughts won't stop. Help me on a math sheet. And he also drew a bullet. The gun in the drawing had a striking resemblance to the one that his parents had purchased for him as a Christmas present a few days later, according to prosecution witnesses. Why would you buy somebody that's depressed a gun as a present? Why would you do that? If you guys knew somebody that you were friends with or that you cared about and that they were depressed, would you get that person a gun? How many of y'all will buy a depressed person a gun? Facts. Shout out to AB. She was running to get bust down. Facts. Ain't nothing wrong with running to get bust down, but take care of your kid first. You know what I'm saying? That's not more important. Everybody got needs. I get it. Take care of your kids first, though. They have needs too, and theirs come first. That's the whole thing about having kids. Your needs don't come first anymore. Crumley said that she would have taken Ethan home if he wanted to go, but that school officials gave her the option and indicated that they didn't think he posed a threat. As a parent, hold on real quick. As a parent, you spend your whole life trying to protect your child from others' dangers, she said. You never think you would have to protect your child from harming somebody else. That's what blew my mind. Well, you should have thought that. You never know what your kid's going to do. Craig Schilling, an electrician in Oxford, whose son Justin, who was 17, was one of the 4 students deleted that day, expressed satisfaction with the verdict and gratitude to the prosecutors. Asked by local media what he would say to Jennifer Crumley, Schilling said, "You wouldn't have to go through any of this had you just done your job as a parent." Yeah. Corrections. Oh, okay. You know what? That's it. That's it. We're good. That we finished it. Yeah. Now, how many of y'all want to bet that there's people going around making conspiracy theories that the only reason that she got convicted of this was because she's a Trump supporter? Y'all think it's people going around saying that? If y'all think people are going around saying that, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't think people going around saying that, give me a thumbs down. So now, I don't know if anybody heard, I did a live stream about this, but recently, as you guys know, they brought charges to Courtney Clinty's parents, right? So now they've got custody of them. See, because at first they had just brought charges, right? Now they actually got him and they arrested him. So they'll be going to trial shortly. So we're going to check this out and see what's going on with them. Let's see what they're talking about right here.
Developing now, the parents of OnlyFans model Courtney Clinty who was arrested for murder going before a judge after being extradited to South Florida. The couple is facing charges in connection to their daughter's case, and for several hours today, the whole family was behind bars in the same jail. Local 10's Glenna Milberg is live in West Miami-Dade with the latest. Glenna.
Worth it to say, to your point, this story has gotten so much attention because Courtney Clenny is an OnlyFans model, but this is a real family tragedy at this point. Let me take you right to video.
A family tragedy? It's a family tragedy? A family tragedy for Christopher Obumaselli's family, maybe. What do you guys think about her saying that this is a quote-unquote family tragedy? What do y'all think about that? Interesting choice of words. What do y'all think?
Video of her parents just a little while ago. Deborah and Kim Clenny had bonded out of TGK. They walked very calmly. They actually waved to people behind them as they got into a car and left. They have been at this jail the last 9 hours after appearing in bond court today on charges related to a laptop at the murder scene where Courtney Clenny is charged with murder of her boyfriend, Christian Obumaselli. Obumaselli's laptop was found in the parents' possession, according to prosecutors, and that is why they are arrested. They're actually from Texas. They were extradited from their home in Austin, Texas, to face those charges, which they will in the next coming days and weeks here. Courtney Clenny is here. As you mentioned, she is charged with Obumaselli's murder. She has pleaded not guilty. She has called it self-defense. And she and her parents in this same building after this 2-year now ordeal it just adds such sort of a sadness to this whole story. It
adds a sadness to the whole story because her parents got taken in. Really? So they just blatant with it now. I want y'all to make sure that y'all pay attention. Now, we know Christopher Obumaselli was on some nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And we know that he said some crazy stuff about black Americans and about black women. But what you got to understand is even though he said all that, he's going to get treated in the mainstream media by the population at large the same way that one of us would get treated. So it's more of a family issue that it's an inconvenience that these two got to go to court than it is that Courtney Clenny, their daughter, deleted somebody's child. I want y'all to make sure that y'all pay attention to this. The inconvenience of them having to spend 9 days in jail is a tragedy. They've never once called it a tragedy that Obumaselli is dead. Again, despite the fact that this very news agency is the agency that has literally published all of the violent footage of Courtney Clenny putting her hands on him. Make it make sense.
family tragedy here. The warrant in this case indicated texts between the parents and prosecutors about the laptop, about passwords. Right now, it's really unclear whether anyone had, like Courtney, had access or permission to access Obumaselli's, her boyfriend's computer, what's on that computer, what they might have been doing with that computer. So that's all ready to hash out. But again,
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. He probably got crypto. They said that he was into cryptocurrency. He probably got some cryptocurrency wallets on that computer. He probably got like some money on crypto in that computer. For real, for real.
The Clennys now charged in Miami-Dade with murder and computer access information. So much more to come on this. I'm Glenna Milberg at TGK Today, reporting live, Local 10 News.
All right, so there's that. All right. So now next what we got is an international case. And like I said, we could do this forever. We could do this forever. We could do this forever. Because when it comes to certain people just don't stop deleting. They just don't stop deleting people. 16-year-old deleters of transgender teenager in England sentenced for sadistic murder. How many of y'all heard about this? If you guys heard about this, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not hear about this, then give me a thumbs down. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to y'all. If you guys have not smashed that like button, please take a moment, smash that like button. We got 24 people watching and we got 23 likes. If everybody can take a moment, smash that like button and try to get us to 30 likes, that would be great. What y'all think about this? There go the two deleters right there. The two 16-year-old convicted deleters of a transgender teenager in Northwest England nearly a year ago were handed life sentences on Friday with minimum prison terms of 20 and 22 years. Justice Amanda Yip lifted the reporting restrictions on naming the killers of 16-year-old Brianna Gay. They were identified at Manchester Crown Court as Scarlett Jenkinson and Eddie Ratcliffe. The horrific murder shocked the nation. It shocked the nation so much that it didn't become international news. Gay was stabbed with a hunting knife 28 times in her head, neck, chest, and back in broad daylight after being lured to a park in the town of Warrington on February 11th of 2023. What y'all think about that? Shout out to Roots Trackers. What's good with it? What y'all think about that? Stabbed him 28 times with a hunting knife. That's crazy. Yip handed Ratcliffe and Jenkinson a mandatory life sentence and ordered them to serve a minimum term of 20 and 22 years, respectively, before they could be eligible for parole. If they had been adults, which, mind you, let's not forget, these little degenerates were not adults, over the age of 18, they would have faced much longer minimum terms. They will be transferred to adult prisons when they turn 18. Neither showed visible reaction on being sentenced. Is anybody surprised? You will only be released if in the future it is decided that you are no longer a present danger, the judge said. You both took part in a brutal and planned murder, which was sadistic in nature, and the secondary motivation was hostility towards Brianna because of her transgender identity. Jenkinson faces a longer minimum term in prison, as she was clearly the ringleader, according to Yip, and had, quote unquote, enjoyed deleting Gray. Scarlett, your motivation was to act out your fantasies, she said. Neither had been named during the trial, which concluded in December. Under English law, young offenders are usually granted the protection of restrictions that prevent them from being named until they turn 18. Jenkinson and Ratcliffe were previously known as Girl X and Boy Y, having been 15 at the time of the deletion. However, Yip said that after they were found guilty last month, there was a strong public interest in the full and unrestricted reporting of what is plainly an exceptional case. Lawyers for the two argued that naming them would have ramifications for their welfare. The judge sentenced the pair after hearing victim impact statements from Gray's family and experts. In a statement to the court, Gray's father, Peter Spooner, said being the father of a transgender child had been a difficult thing to deal with, but that he had been proud to gain another beautiful daughter. We were forming a new relationship, and these two murderers have stolen that from us both, he said. Justice may have been done with the guilty verdicts, but no amount of time spent in prison will be enough for these monsters. Ratcliffe and Jenkinson had denied deleting Gray and blamed each other for the fatal stabbing. It's not known which one or both wielded the knife. Neither had been in trouble with the police before. The two were found guilty by a jury last month following a 4-week trial. Okay. me see something. Hold on. Okay. The trial heard that the pair were intelligent and had a fascination with violence, torture, and serial killers. Is anybody surprised by that? If you're surprised by that, give me a thumbs up. If you're not surprised by that, give me a thumbs down. The trial heard that the pair were intelligent, had a fascination with violence, torture, and serial killers. Now, mind you, what they say, this is when they were 15 years old. They had planned the attack for weeks, detailed in a handwritten plan and phone messages found by detectives. They also had discussed deleting others, which had prompted police to rule out transphobia as a motive behind Breonna's murder early on in the investigation. The two appear to have had a deadly influence on each other and turned what may have started out as dark fantasies about deletion into reality, Crown Prosecutor Nicola Wynn Williams said outside of the courthouse. She said she hoped the sentencing for the two killers' heartless crime would bring some closure for the family. Breonna's parents told the sentencing hearer that the pair should never be released from prison. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Do you all think that they should get life in prison and never be released? If you guys feel that they should get life and never be released, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree and think that they should get out someday, give me a thumbs down. All right. I have moments where I feel sorry for them because they have ruined their own lives, but I have to remember that they felt no empathy for Breonna when they left her bleeding to death after their premeditated and vicious attack, which was carried out not because Breonna had done anything wrong, but just because one hated trans people and the other thought it would be fun, her mother, Esther Gray, said in a statement that was read to the court. Okay. So, yeah, that's what they had going on over there across the pond. These two deleting people, poking them up 28 times with a knife. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something real quick. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, I think that's actually going to be it. What I think I'm going to do is I think we're going to do another Crimecast tomorrow. Okay. I got some more stories for y'all, but I want to kind of end this at an hour if I can. All right. And we will pick it up either tomorrow or in a couple days. Because like I said, there's way more stuff. However, I want to get it done quickly so I can get some stuff done for y'all later on today. All right. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe. Also, make sure that you guys subscribe to Crimecast 2. All right, because we got Crimecast 2 popping off as you watch the live stream. Once they process it, and I'm able to put the in stream stuff in, I'll put a card in, and it'll take you to Crimecast 2. You'll be able to subscribe to it. All right. Also, I'm gonna clip up some videos. Make sure y'all watch them videos. Make sure y'all hit the box in the bottom left-hand corner. Make sure that you guys leave some comments. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Shout out to everybody that contributed to the last stream. All right. Shout out to everybody that contributed to this one. And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
walk up in the life. Yeah, I'm really talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour. Got demons. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city. That's on Molly, that's on Kiwi, that's on Mamas. Niggas don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging all that fake. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid. All that know me from the street. Flexing for what feature, that's like every other week. Talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these watching me as I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this light. Hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey, I'm really him. Hold up.